Blessed evening, everyone. Welcome to the Hobbit kitchen. We're going to take the beef that I threw in earlier out of the slow cooker and let it rest on this board while we make some zesty slaw. Hubby's going to run the camera tonight for me, and I'm going to realize I don't have my pot holder, but that's okay. Oh, just rotate like that. All right, so this has been cooking for 4 hours, and I'm just going to plop this lid down over here for now because it's very hot. And in case you're wondering about the dish towel, that was used to prevent any extra condensation from ending up on the meat because that's the last thing we want. Oh, this smells amazing. We're just going to put it there so that it can rest, and we'll slice that shortly. But in the meantime, towel slipping from under the board. Just leave that there. I'm going to make some slaw first. So I did pick up a pre-bagged mix of red and green cabbage and carrots, but I'm going to add some cucumber half moons to it as well. And I picked up cucumber from my local Amish farm. Everything from there has been so fresh and wonderful. So I'm just going to peel up a little bit of this. And apparently I had a tag sticking out, so, you know. And no, I don't have a garbage disposal. I'm just doing this over the sink at the moment, and I will scoop it out later. All right. Come over here and get this lid out of the way. Flop it on my table. All right. Just going to cut off the end. And I'll wrap the rest of this in plastic in a moment. First, I'm just going to take out the seeds from the inside of the cucumber because these are not the seedless ones like I would normally get at the grocery store, but they are fresher and safer than what you would buy in the grocery store. I'm just going to pop out the seeds like that and then make some half moons to add to the slaw. Hope everybody has had a good Wednesday. Been a little chaotic here, but not too bad. The weather was crazy today. No rain in the forecast at all. I went outside to water the plants in the Shire garden, and it was like Mother Nature said, hey, it's good. I got this. And it just started raining just enough that it watered the plants, and then it stopped. So I'll take it. Anyway, just gonna roughly chop these up. All right, let me get some plastic for the rest of this so I can toss it back in the fridge because it is humid here right now and I don't want anything to go to waste. If you cut a cucumber, you don't need one of those fancy vegetable keepers. Just wrap a piece of saran wrap on it. It works the same way and it'll save you money. All right, so I'm going to take these over the counter here. I'm going to put them aside while we make the dressing. So I need some soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame oil, lime juice, and ginger. Ginger and, yeah, hubby is not a fan of ginger. He likes the taste of it. He doesn't like to hear the words. So if you hear any uhs, that's all him. First thing I'm going to do is make the dressing, and then I will add the slaw to it. So a little bit of ginger paste. This is just what I use when I don't feel like grating fresh ginger. Works just as good. Now I'm going to add half a tablespoon of soy sauce and then 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. All of these delicious flavors in the slaw are going to complement the beef very nicely. So this is a half tablespoon measure, so I'm going to have to do this twice to get the tablespoon. And now I'm done with that spoon. And then half a teaspoon of dark sesame oil. So I know the bottle doesn't say dark, but if it says toasted, it's dark sesame oil. You can tell the difference because the regular sesame oil is much lighter. Shake this out. And don't take these little tops off your sesame oil. A little goes a long way. That's why it has the dropper. Unless you really like the taste of sesame, in which, hey, do your own thing. Now, for the lime, we're going to add some of the zest. So I've got my microplane, and I'm just going to give a quick to the outside. Oh, shit. And I'm going to throw the whole damn lime in the bowl. I hope you all enjoyed that because holy shit, what a mess. All right, well, may as well continue zesting at this point. My hand is now oily and no longer as fresh and clean as I had hoped. So let me rinse off this lime and my hand before I slice it because we need some of the juice as well. And yeah. Rinse off the lime here, which is now completely coated in sesame oil. That's delicious. That's fantastic. All right. Well, not much I can do about that other than, you know, just go with it. So we're going to just go with it. We need just a little bit of lime juice. So I'm going to try and get through with this stupid knife. There we go. Yeah, well, the lime is extremely slippery at this point. Anybody out there talking, watching, anything?
Well, I've been watching, nobody talking.
Okay. Well, hello, people. I hope you're enjoying the disaster that is the Hobbit kitchen. Always some fun here. So I'm going to squeeze some lime juice in now, and then I'm going to wash all this oil off my hands before I continue, because this does not feel good. Not liking it. All right. I knew eventually I was going to do something silly or goofy on camera, but chucking a whole lime into some sauce was not at the top of my guess. So, go me. I did something unexpected. All right. Now, now that I'm done, I think, making a mess, move the cover to my microplane. Just going to grab a fork and mix all the sauce ingredients together. No need for salt here because of the soy sauce. I mean, you obviously can add what you want, but it is really unnecessary. And now that I have that, I'm going to throw half of this bag of slaw in, and I'm going to add the cucumbers.
I'm getting a bunch of hellos from 4 different people and show us your tattoos.
Hi, everyone. I can't see the screen right now, so hello to everyone that's saying hello, and you'd have to be more specific which tattoos, because I'm pretty covered. Usually I'm at the beach in the summer, but this year I opted to skip it and buy a house in the woods instead. But if you have any tattoo questions, feel free to throw them out there and I'll be happy to answer. If you're referring to my chest piece, this is a raven. It's a tear-through piece. This is a black dahlia. This is an old Alice in Wonderland joke that I didn't realize was also a 60s reference to drugs, so I will be covering it with more flowers. The Merlin hat with the staff and the books is a dedication tattoo to my father who passed. He had the identical piece on his arm in full color. This is just a statement that I love. It says, in all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order. And we got some crystals, some moons, a Hecate's wheel. If you know, you know. This is a lyric to a Five Finger Death Punch song. This is a statuette symbolizing broken but not dead. And I have many more on my back and legs and stomach, etc. But back to the slaw. Chuck in these cucumber half moons here. And then I'll toss all of the dressing in and we can slice the beef. And give everything a light toss so that the dressing can incorporate.
Matt says, tats look awesome. Very sorry for your loss.
Thank you very much for the compliment on the tattoos, and thank you. That's much appreciated, Matt. All right, so got a nice coating, and if you make this recipe, which is Moo Shu Beef lettuce wraps is what it's going to be, you want to make sure you do your slaw last, because if you add all of the vinegar and everything to it and then put it in the fridge to rest, you're going to pickle your vegetables. And if that's your thing, hey, more power to you. But I am not a fan of pickled anything, so I like to do it last.
Odd.
I am not odd.
Everybody loves pickles.
No, I'm sure. Come on, people, help me out. Is there at least one other person out there that does not like pickles? Anybody. Anybody at all. Because it would be great if I wasn't the only one. But so far, it seems like I am. Now, the beef has been resting, so I'm just going to start cutting slices of it for the lettuce wraps. And it is perfect and tender. I am so excited. And I've already washed some Boston Bib lettuce. I ended up buying living lettuce, actually, which is pretty cool. It came with the root bulb still attached. So tomorrow I will be out in the Shire garden, and I'm going to plant one of these bulbs for myself for personal consumption. And we have a whole family of rabbits in the front yard of the Shire garden. So I'm going to plant the other bulb out there with my mint and other plants that they've been enjoying, because I know they love lettuce. I had a couple leaves today from the outer that I put out there at around lunchtime, and they are already gone. The rabbit and the chipmunks came by and just devoured them. Thankfully, it wasn't the bear, because the baby bear doesn't seem to know any better, and he or she has just been wandering into the yard in broad daylight, looking to see if it can find any food, and then meandering back to the woods. But this baby bear is bigger than me. Not that that's, saying much. I'm a small person. All right.
The blue jays.
Huh, apparently one of our giant blue jays is back. We have a pair of blue jay brothers that frequent our yard. Unfortunately, they are bullies. All right, so now that I've got all of this situated, let me get this oily lime out of the way. Chuck it on the counter over here to deal with after, and I'm going to grab the lettuce. So, I bought myself these fun little aerated containers to store produce, and they have been so helpful. So I washed and dried all of the leaf lettuce earlier. That way it would be ready. And now it's time to assemble. So we're just going to grab some of these leaves, put them on the plate, and realize I am a little short on space, but that's okay. I'm going to take a few pieces of beef for each one. Just plop them right in the middle. I was going to do 3, but I don't know if it's going to fit. We're going to try anyways. Do 2 on the rest of them just to be safe. This looks so good. I love using the slow cooker for things like this because it guarantees the beef is nice and tender instead of rough and tough and disgusting, which is what I would get right now because I don't have a grill yet. Still working on a few things here in the new house. And the Hobbit kitchen will finally have a dishwasher in, I think, about 7 more days.
You don't like the one you have?
No, I don't like the defective dishwasher. The sellers sold me defective appliances with a nice house around them. And then I bought a dishwasher at Lowe's on the 5th of this month. And they told me, yeah, we can install that on the 29th. So needless to say, I don't think I'll be going back to Lowe's the next time I need to purchase an appliance because
Lowe's blows.
I understand there's a shortage of workers, but let's be real here. It's not possibly that short. Anyway, just add the slaw to the top of the beef. And if you want to get a close-up look at these, you can. Obviously, they're going to be a little messy to eat. But Bib lettuce, Moo Shu beef wrapped with zesty slaw. Doesn't that look delicious? What do you all think? Also, while I have people's attention, this week's Friday night treat is kind of a toss-up right now because I'm debating a few things. So if anyone has any opinions, I'm leaning towards either some sort of no-bake cheesecake or making whoopie pies. And if you've seen my whoopie pie recipe before, I have tweaked it a little bit since last time. And there's going to be more sugar and more sprinkles. But that's pretty much about all I got. It's dinner time here, and I'm going to give hubby his plate, fix myself one, and that's it. I'll be back tomorrow morning in the Shire garden planting that lettuce that I told you about, and then I'll be back in the Hobbit kitchen tomorrow night. Not sure if it's going to be live yet or not, but if it is live, it's going to be a chicken dish. I hope you all have a great night.